Honestly, who haven't I slept with is probably a shorter answer. Oh gosh,
That's something
so
every
many.
dad wants
Travis, Offset, Quavo. I went on tour with YG. That was pretty fun. Tiger. So I moved to LA and I had a bit of a hit list, and I was like, okay, these are the guys I want to. Can I say that word?
Yeah, we just beep it. That's fine.
Sorry, I was like, these are the guys I want to sleep with. This is my hit list. And yeah, so I went in there with a list and I went to LA and I did my thing. And to be honest, I think it has a lot to do with being at the right place, the right time, meeting the right people. A lot of my friends are in the music industry. Yeah, getting invited to parties, getting invited to concerts, always ended up backstage. And then, yeah.
Because that's how the Offset affair came about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You were in the audience.
Imagine this is some poor man's daughter, and unfortunately, likely some poor future man's wife. I mean, chicks like this really think it's an achievement to get ran through by almost every known rapper these days. And apparently it is, because why is she on this podcast? What has she achieved in life outside of just that?
This guy's biggest fantasy was that he wanted to hold my head in the toilet and f me in the I could never find any
What?
woman that was down to reenact that for him.
Shocker.
I bleached it first, but yeah, I did.
So
With my head in the
degrading? Oh
toilet.
my God.
He was honestly pretty gentle about it.
Gently, he humiliate the hell out of you.
Listen, I delivered my last baby alone by myself in my bathroom. I am not a normal bitch, okay? I'm not a germaphobe.
Yeah, we know.
There's a difference between not being a germaphobe and sticking your head in a toilet.
I bleached it first. I'm fine, right? This was
No, you're
months
not.
ago. I never had any adverse reaction.
Whatever podcast struck gold with this chick. Every time I think that I've seen a clip that couldn't possibly be topped, there she shows up again.
Do you ever wonder how these Instagram models afford their lavish lifestyles?
Nope, I know exactly how they afford it. Rich guys in Dubai using them like toilets.
The designer bags, maybe frequent trips to Miami or Dubai. It's basically an open secret at this point that not all, but quite a few of these so-called models are doing unspeakable, really sick things to make their money. Some of them have been nicknamed Dubai porta potties
What'd I say?
because allegedly these mega rich clients pay to on them. And that's
Told you.
the glamorous photos these women post do not tell the whole story.
Yeah, every time I see one of these chicks in Dubai or, bragging about having been in Dubai or being in some other place, I always think of what this chick is saying.
Moral of the story here is be careful who you envy on social media because you don't know what or who they did to get there.
One time I went to dinner with this basketball team that was in the championship. One of the players took a really good liking to me, I guess. He takes me back to his hotel room and we don't even have he just makes me eat his
Oh, wow.
and then he which is great.
Is it?
So he has to leave in the morning. He says, you can sleep over with me. That's awesome. That's great. I sleep over with him. And then he wakes up in the morning. He's gonna leave. He's like, you can check out isn't until later. You can use the hotel room, enjoy yourself, do room service, whatever you want. I go to the bathroom and I turn on the light. I look in the mirror. He gave me f***ing pink eye. My eye was huge and red.
Gross.
It was not good.
Yeah.
And then the next day, they won the championship.
Well, I guess there's a silver lining, and the fans in the city of whatever team you're talking about, they owe you a solid. But I love some of the comments on this video, especially this one here. Bruh, not everybody need a damn podcast to be a guest on one. No kidding.
So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person?
500?
I'd be right up there with you, girl, except my dad kept saying this stupid phrase throughout my childhood. It was so redundant. What was it? Oh, I love you.
A lot of girlfriends that I know, famous girls, like housewives in LA, they fuck Uber drivers at the end of the night.
What? Come again?
Hi, I'm Riley. How are you?
A future MILF.
Yes, I'm gonna be a MILF one day.
So tell me something about yourself.
I like to suck.
Okay. Surprised she's not one already.
With a smile.
I don't really do much else.
Can't do much else and can suck with a smile. What more we need to know? See you later, lady. See you next round. She sucked with a smile. You saw how she was smiling?
Yes, I did.
Man, enthusiasm.
That's not a red flag.
On the street? I'd already gone on social media, done TikToks, Instagram posts, say, hey, I'm coming to the Grand Oasis, which is like a main hotel a lot of the spring breakers go to. Basically, come and find me and let's make a video.
So what was the most in one day?
22.
22 in one day?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, was there any concerns over any VD?
This is out of control.
As in STDs?
Yeah, venereal disease.
I used condoms, but I get tested like every 2 weeks, so.
But you didn't test them?
No.
Well, if you're doing 22 in one day.
Like, does it hurt? If, like, at the end of this 2 weeks being in LA, I'll 100% be sore because they're all big. But because it was spring break, some of them was barely an inch. Some of them was like a good size.
Really?
Like, and then some of them didn't get past the job stage. It wasn't like I was being like pounded like all day.
Holy cow, man. This is what people are doing out here.
Please normalize intimacy without commitment.
No.
And this is just another problem that we're having in society. These chicks want to have intimacy with no commitment. That way they can get all the attention from you that they possibly can, but not have to commit so that they don't have to feel guilty when they want to go get it from some other guy that comes along. It's ridiculous. Not all women do this, but too many of them.
I designed a Christian activewear brand. God calls us to be a Proverbs 31 woman. My biggest flex is representing Jesus in the gym.
Maybe you know that's not how this works. No, that's not how.
That's what I was thinking. What? That's not a red flag.
Riley, does it feel better when it goes in or when it goes out?
When what goes in?
So,
you know what?
Question, because I actually want to know the answer.
It goes in or goes out?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think I only typically feel it like going in. I don't really think I'm feeling like
That's a lot of
this.
range right there.
Yeah, shorten the range up,
How
please.
big
You're
is
making
your
it feel
husband?
horrendous.
Husband.
Husband? Well, when my husband's anywhere about like...
Bro, you know we ain't talking about no husband here. Like that guy earlier said, not everyone needs to have or be on a podcast.
If you are wondering how you and another woman got the same man, it is because men are the easiest thing in the entire world.
Okay. I would have to say that how that one guy got both of you proves the opposite. But go on.
I have never wanted a man and not gotten him. Do you have any idea how many men have wanted me?
Yeah.
And not gotten me? Granted, some dusties have caught me slipping. But there has never been a single man I have wanted that I have not gotten because men are cheap and easy.
Men are cheap and easy. That's rich coming from this person. When you buy a used car, hoping the previous owners weren't too rough with it. Yeah, and then they'll try to convince you that the mileage doesn't matter.
So I slept with one of my friend's boyfriends the other night, but she let me.
Okay.
She let me, she watched, and she frothed it. And we also filmed it, so.
If this is the kind of thing a large portion of society or any portion of society is doing these days, Lord help us. And just take a look at these comments. Good girl. Good for you. Life goals. Send it to me. Yeah, that one's not surprising. Not that any of the rest are either.
What's the lowest amount you would need to wear a plug all day?
I don't have a price. You can't. There's no price. You can't pay me enough to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say for free.
You're gonna live with me now.
That's how we identify who the fun friend is.
Something respectfully, I come from a very toxic household too. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I've never sold my body. I did everything I could to get to where I'm at. I'm a licensed therapist now, and I content create. Do you know how hard it took me to get to where I'm at, and I've never sold my body? So when you're saying that, it's kind of like of an excuse. I'm not trying to attack you whatsoever, because like I said, it's your life, whatever, but you're using the excuse of having a toxic family. I didn't have a mom. I didn't have a lot of things growing up. So you could work at a warehouse. You can do a lot of things. I make 6 figures now because of social media, but I had to get up there. I used to bartend just like her, and I didn't want to do that. I used to wash dishes. I used to work in a freaking warehouse loading trailers. You think a girl wants to do that? No. So when you guys are saying this stuff and then talking about God, it makes no sense. If you cared a lot about God, you'd follow the way he wants you to be, not however you think you should be. And like the excuses, to me, I'm not trying to be rude, but it just sounds crazy.
Well, you know, like I know it sounds crazy, like I do and I sin, but I still pray to God every day.
So if I steal every single day and tell God, please, thank you, like how does that work? If I go hurting people in this world and then say, oh, God forgives me, you're not learning your lesson. Okay, when you make a mistake and you pray to God, God sees you for what you do afterwards, and you don't feel bad enough, you don't care enough, because it would make you stop. And like I said, you just said you game, right? You're beautiful. You know how many people would get on your freaking Twitch Because of how you look, you don't even have to do
You don't have
nothing.
to pull your clothes
Or I
off.
can help you make money instead of doing all F.
Yeah, and I was about to say that same thing, that if you're not a man and you're in the content creation space, it's way easier to succeed, way easier to build a following. These platforms want to boost you, not to mention men will follow you way faster than they're going to follow another guy. But even though even that is an easier route, they still would rather put in absolutely no effort and go the OF route instead.